Let me know if you get a notification. Do you like Joe Rogan? 3,
Got a notification.
2, 1, and we're live.
Yeah, YouTube says we're live.
All right. Well, I guess we should make this official.
Hey, pass me a beer.
Look, at least promise me you won't drink. Alcohol always leads to trouble.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Just have a cup of coffee.
There it is.
Coffee?
Beer.
I'd kill for a beer.
Cheap beer and a sympathetic ear. Step right up.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Adam with Beard. And there goes Chad already. He's hacking his lungs. We will apologize in advance for Chad. He is
Sorry, everybody.
He's got the plague or something. I don't know what he's got.
Every time somebody's sick, it's the plague with you. Chad, you're a trooper. You're my
You had
hero.
the plague, okay? You did have the plague.
I didn't have the plague. My household had the
Whatever.
plague.
I had to repaint the front door after you came over and touched it.
I've done worse.
It's true. Thanks for joining us
my
tonight.
laugh tonight. It's just otherwise,
Thanks for joining us. We were planning on talking to Greg Avola from Untap tonight, but due to some scheduling issues, he was not able to make it. So it's just us. You're going to deal with just us.
we'll get him back on.
We'll get him back on.
Yeah, we'll get that rescheduled.
You will get that rescheduled, they said. And so we're going to wing it.
I'm building a better app anyways. So
Yeah, well,
Oh.
it has nothing to do with beer, though.
No.
It's got measuring. We want to go ahead and give the rules of engagement.
Whoa, are we doing rules of engagement?
We're doing rules of engagement. We just talked about it
I'm
before we went
confused
live.
about the plan.
Just do the damn rules of engagement, will you, Jake?
Well, what? Okay.
Oh my gosh, just do the rules of engagement.
what-
Oh my gosh.
All right, boys and girls. Thank you for joining us. This is Jake from Beerded Hops.
Really? You're gonna go with that?
Well, let's get the official.
It's Jake from State Farm.
There you go.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Hopefully you are all
She
friends with
sounds
us.
hideous.
She is. Untapped.
she's a
We'd
guy,
like to use that app here in our little rules of engagement. So we're going to pop a beer. We're going to give it a good sniff.
Tap that app.
Pour it out. Take a look at the color. See what kind of transparency we have. Is this opaque? Is this translucent? Is that a word? I don't know. And then we'll
I don't know what we're saying
we'll
anymore.
take our initial drinks, go around
Are
the
we
horn.
opaque?
See what we're thinking of the beer. Maybe throw an initial rating out there. Walk around to the beer world. We've been traveling a little bit, doing some beer events since our last show. So we got some little
Doing beer events. Make it
well,
sound so official.
well, beer experience. We've grown our beer experience, and we'll take a midway point check-in, see what we're thinking, and walk around the beer virtual world a little bit, throw out some beer knowledge, and then finish off with the final rating. And that's how it works.
All right. Thanks for that.
You love it.
So what are we doing?
I don't know.
I know tonight we are drinking Cuvée. So that's going to be tasty.
Delicious.
Yeah. Chad,
2019.
2019.
That Chad was able to procure for us. Is he
We
coughing?
may not have a Chad. He may be dying as we speak. Get this live on
I'm
YouTube.
all right. I did.
We're going to stream his death on YouTube.
I had to go off camera there for a second.
Well, what were we drinking 2018? Oh, we were drinking 2018
Same
during our
thing.
last interview.
Well, we talked to Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, I had rated it very high. I think a 4.75, but that was even better than I remembered. Yeah, that was fantastic.
After a
but
year.
2019
Hey, are you seeing the stream?
pretty different? Do we have a healthy
Pookie
stream?
Kittens, do we have a healthy stream?
Stand by. I'm on YouTube on another machine.
Just making sure we are healthy in our stream because our stream needs to be healthy.
Where the fuck?
Yeah,
is
we're
Bear
live
Hunter?
now.
Where?
We be live. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
cool.
looking
Well,
at us
then
right now.
everybody got to hear our stream.
Oh,
a bit
yeah,
about our
sorry.
stream. All right, well, cool. So we already, I mean, I can edit this out of the actual podcast. We already actually pre-recorded the Cuvée 19 part. So
On Friday.
if you want to hear that, then listen to the podcast when it comes out tomorrow.
really different than Cuvée the last 2 years.
It was different.
3 different Chardonnay barrels made up, or 4.
3 different
3
beers
out of 4
in
of the
Chardonnay
beers in
barrels.
Chardonnay
Yeah.
barrels. Yeah, it had a much different look
Don't
and
ruin
mouthfeel to it.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. We also
Just teen it up.
we also didn't say hi to Chad.
My name is Chad.
Hey, what's up, everybody? As was mentioned at the beginning of the show, I apologize ahead of time if I cough up a lung on the show.
You look like a black floating head.
Chad, don't.
I know. I don't know what's up with my light
not
tonight.
appropriate to do black
Usually,
light.
usually it's brighter.
I'm not a Virginia governor. I'm okay.
Chad, do you know who got you sick?
I'm actually not sick.
So what is this? Allergies?
No, I was out in the
Tugging?
Oh, there we go. There's some bigger, better, brighter
God.
light. I was out in my shop this weekend, and I was sanding some wood that had some. I was not sanding my own wood. I was sanding wood on my little tugboat, which had some.
I won't talk nice to you and talk about fornicating with you.
Yeah. Had some cured epoxy on it, and I, as a dumbass as I am, took my mask off a little early, and I breathed whatever was in the air, and it gave me this nasty sore throat and cough. I actually feel totally fine. I have no fever, no headache, no stomach issues, just a sore throat and a cough.
So not to get completely off track here, but
well, go for it.
Does this mean that you like burned the inside of your lungs or something?
They're just irritated from the epoxy, from the dust from the epoxy that I sanded.
I'm irritated.
It's just an irritation, but I am coughing up some nasty looking shit.
All right then. Well,
thanks for joining us, everybody. It's nice,
What kind of new devilry is this?
Just a nice image there.
What are you drinking tonight, Chad?
I am not drinking beer tonight, fellas.
Motherfucker.
Simply because beer will do nothing but wash right on past where my throat hurts and make it worse. So I am drinking Paul Masson brandy.
So just drinking the hard liquor. Yeah. Makes sense.
Just drink brandy because
Coat
it
the
makes
throat a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Jake and I are both drinking Bell's Official.
I like it.
I do too. It's not the best hazy IPA I've had, but it is good.
No, it's got some Christmas to it.
And it's
Crisp, little
Christmas,
fruitiness.
little Christmas,
There's some
little
Christmas
little
in
jingle
it.
bells
Crisp.
going on in there. Balls.
Touch of juiciness.
Uh,
Pretty good cold. I mean, I wasn't trying, and it's almost gone.
Yeah,
but
I know, me too.
I've also got a problem.
That's true too. Or is that 6.6? 6.6 or 6.4, something like that.
Niner.
Niner Alpha
Yeah.
Tango
whiskey.
Oh, we drinking whiskey now? I don't know. Yeah, 6.4.
We do have a new camera angle. Hi, everybody. You can see both. You can see Jake and I together.
And it's kind of small there, but what Adam noticed is they actually have, and maybe it's new. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some research. Probably not.
Just use your camera right there. We're straight above.
But they added the little independent beer label to the
Other way.
Pivot.
Other way.
Pivot. There.
Up.
Pivot.
Pivot.
Yeah.
Pivot. So
that's a great view of the UPC label and the government warning.
So if anybody's pregnant, please don't drink this.
No, I'm good. All right.
FAIL.
Give it to me.
FAIL.
Give it
I'll
to
get to the
me.
professional. I'm just here to be stupid.
You are doing so good at it. Here it is.
Shut up!
There we go. It's right there. Right up on the top. There it is. Independent. There you go.
Mine was just as good.
Yours like
Great
here's right
view
here.
of the UPC label.
It's right here.
Yaddy.
All right. So that's what we're drinking tonight.
Quickly.
I know.
Adam, your view was not anywhere. It wasn't any better.
You know, you can fucking kiss my ass because right there's a damn bottle right there. He was showing this.
Well, what I'm seeing on YouTube is not not good.
That's all right. We know you can do. See, I just pointed to it right there. See, it's right there. See,
You're showing the UPC again.
on purpose. Is there somebody there?
Yeah, Dallas Dan's here.
Rod J. Beer Ventures is here.
Hello, Dallas Dan and Rod J. Right?
Yeah, Rod J.
Jay, thanks for joining us in a
He says, "Sup, guys? Cheers."
very unplanned live stream tonight. So I guess we can talk about some beer festive issues.
Well, did we have
Not issues,
anything? I figured we'd start with Friday night if we wanted to.
Oh, well, now he wants
Did
to,
we want
now he wants to talk about now?
No.
Now he has a plan.
No.
I mean, a minute ago, I don't know what the plan is. Now he's got a fucking plan.
I got confused on what I was reading the rules to.
I mean, I think Jake from State Farm usually has a plan.
I pretend not to, but I usually do.
Uh-huh.
But we did visit a brewery on Friday night.
She's a guy, so
together that we had planned on visiting.
Together
and so
forever.
we recorded the first part of this, and then we headed out to Crystal Lake to visit Crystal Lake Brewing.
Uh-huh.
And
Talk about yourself while I get another beer.
Yeah, Chad, impressions, thoughts?
You know, it was okay. It wasn't what I expected, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Their barrel aged beers had me like jazzed up to go to this place.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any of the barrel aged series available. It sold out, and that's fine. That happens. But what they had on tap was, it was okay. They had a red ale that was good.
That red ale is pretty good. I did like that. I ordered when I got there, these two guys got some. I want to say that it was 4 tasters. There's a flight. They came with 4.
We each got a flight of 4. Yeah.
4 banger.
And then I got here. I might as well just look it up here.
Yeah, why don't you look that up?
So I can actually have a meaningful conversation here.
It was a hangout place.
to.
It felt less brewery-ish, more just a hangout place.
It did. So I ordered their Overboard, which was a stout, a 5.2 ABV stout, which usually for me is a no-no. But, it also came with a huge, what was that type of cookie called? It's like a...
Biscotti.
Oh, yeah, your biscotti cookie.
Biscotti, yeah. And it was a good beer. It's just, I don't know. I like boozy stouts. And it was not boozy, but it had good flavor. And then I had what Chad's talking about, the Fox Rocker, which was a very good red ale. But yeah, it's hard. I think, as Adam said before, it's always fun when you go to a brewery and, you kind of have access to or availability to, beers that you can't otherwise get, making that drive sort of worth it. And, they had a lot of, just very sessionable.
They did have some pilot system stuff, though.
They did. They did, but was there anything that was like, oh my God?
No, there was nothing that was like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? There's nothing that knocked my socks off. Like you guys said, I think I said the red ale was good, but
and the oatmeal stout was good. The oatmeal stout and the red ale were the 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Everything else was
take it or leave it.
Just normal.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing surprising there.
I mean, I looked to see if there was anything like, I want to bring this home in a growler, and there really wasn't. And we all looked at their 4
Want to take us home to
packs.
mom?
Yeah, really. I mean, I kind of
have one called Wake Maker that we didn't drink that, but I've had it in the can. I think I may have gotten it from one of you guys.
I have.
Probably, I think it's in Adam's fridge. That one's actually pretty good.
Pretty IPA, right? Pretty hoppy.
Yes.
Not on my first sip, it wasn't.
I will say though, I mean, it's winter around here. It wasn't the best night, but
It is.
I was thinking maybe it was somewhat of a sparse crowd for a Friday, and I gotta think
that's what I was thinking
that's
too.
That's tough when you can't draw a crowd on a Friday, especially
when Crystal Lake there's so much other stuff to do.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. I mean, yes, that's what I was saying without saying. So I don't know. If I lived there, I'd probably be fine hanging out there once in a while, but being 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away, would I drive there again? I don't know.
This is really good.
Maybe for a barrel age release.
Water slides?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I haven't had it before.
That was Friday night. Adam, why don't you regale us with some stories of your Lake County Brew Fest.
Lake County Brew Fest. The Brew Fest we forgot about.
Well, you and your lovely better half forgot about. Not me and Chad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew about it the whole time.
Yeah, we forgot about it. We had made plans a month or so in advance. Gina texted me like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the beer fest this weekend." And I'm like, "We are?" Then I looked up how much it costs. I'm like, "Wait, that costs $50." She's like, "We already paid for tickets." Like, "Oh, all right, cool." So
Free beer show.
free beer show.
I mean, it's already paid for. At
Right,
that
it's already
point.
paid for.
When
So
you
I
forget
can't-
you paid for it, it's free.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was cool. How many brewers you say were on that list? I mean, there were a lot.
50?
Yeah, 50 or so.
50, I want to say. Plus, they had some home brewers. They had some distilleries. I think I saw there was even some like
Wine places.
orchard
They had,
brewing or something. Yeah.
They had a home brewers there?
Yeah, they had like 4 or 5 home brewers there.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that in a show before.
No, I hadn't either. Actually, I was surprised. But yeah, the Lake County Homebrew Association was there, and they had some stuff. And there's a couple other homebrew groups. A lot of Lake County brewers, of course. But then, of course, you did have some Chicago Revolution was there. 2 brothers from DuPage County, I think is where they're at. They were there, along with their distillery. They also had a company from Arizona, a brewery from Arizona that 2 brothers owns was there. But I can't remember the name. I have to look
But
it
the
up.
way you described it, Revolution was kind of the headliner, so to speak.
Well, I mean, for me,
Who had the biggest stand?
no, they're all about the same.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Who had the biggest crowd?
I wish you could remember what the name of that brewery in Arizona was, because I was just out there.
Give me the freaking list. Hang on.
I wonder if I went to it.
I wish you'd shut the hell up.
Give me a second. I'll look on the list.
Hey guys, Chad here.
17, 18. See, the only thing that really does suck is that they're in alphabetical order,
Right.
not in number order. So it's kind of hard to see here, but they give you this with all the tables numbered. And then they give you all the numbers.
Pivot!
But it's not in number order. So
Pivot!
I don't know.
Well, that makes it difficult.
So I got to find table 16, 17, or 18 on this
Went
list.
on a nerd guys.
Not in order.
All right, we'll find it.
I'm looking. Keep the kids busy while I look.
Find it.
Nope. That's not it.
Chad, do
We
you
got
have
another-
any beer related
Sons of bitches.
things happen to you? since I
Sleepy
saw you on
Dog
Friday?
Brewing.
Okay, Jesus Christ. We need to edit that
I
out.
did not go to Sleepy Dog.
Yeah, we were like, of course, my wife, being the dog freak that she is, was like, "There's a dog related brewery." so we're like, "Where are you guys at?" Arizona. What the fuck are you doing here? So,
Did Gina find a lot of beers there she liked?
she's becoming a worse critic than us.
Oh, yeah?
It's hard for her to find a beer she likes anymore.
What was the male to female ratio? Was it a lot of dating, or was there just groups of bearded dudes?
No,
Like how the sort of craft beer community gets
there was-
stereotyped?
there was an entire group of, I'd say, 15.
We don't aid with that at all, do we?
No. There's an entire group of, say, 15 plus people all dressed in Where's Waldo get up.
What?
Yeah, I know. And on the back of their shirts, they all said, Where's the beer?
It would have been fun if somebody, I don't know how you would accomplish this, but if at some point in the night somebody took it like an overhead picture of the whole place, and then later they printed that out and tried to find each other.
Yeah. They're easy to pick out. I actually was probably thinking there were more women than men.
Really?
In front of us, we were standing in line waiting to get in. Right in front of us are a group of 4 girls by themselves.
Well, that's good.
Well, I guess if you're single, I guess it is.
Well, no, I'm just saying they don't have to be there to find dudes. It's just good that women like beer too, Adam.
They
Me
had
too.
some
Beer.
they had some pretty cool games you could play. Like, of course, they had cornhole.
Oh, did you do the axe
bags.
throwing? Tell me you did. The
I
axe
didn't
throwing.
see it. It
Mother-
wasn't.
Oh yeah, that was
They
supposed to be
advertised it, but I didn't find it anywhere.
Lion sack of shit.
But they had lawn beer pong.
What does that mean?
Exactly. So they had these big like buckets.
Okay.
And then you basically took like an inflatable ball or like a soccer ball, and you bounce it to get into the bucket.
Did you try it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was actually pretty. We could do it pretty cheap around here. Around here, they had that lined up, and they had bags, and they had some like carnival games and stuff like that. But beer was good. Like I said, Revolution was porn straight jacket, which I was very pleasantly surprised with
Sound
that.
like you said porn straight jacket.
Yep, porn straight jacket.
All right.
Knowing what he was watching before we recorded. And then what else? Well, I what I was saying earlier, the one thing we kind of came to the realization of is, you're able to have these beers literally just back to back to back. You're just walking, taking 4-ounce pours, The one thing I will say is they had these sections in the middle with these, 5-gallon jugs of water and these buckets where you could supposed to rinse your cup.
Oh, I thought you were going to spit in the bucket or something.
Well, they ended up being where you
puke,
dump the
Shitty
bed.
ones?
Yeah, and Gina and I both at the end were saying we were surprised at how many we poured out. Like we didn't finish a 4-ounce pour.
Give me a pour percentage, a drain pour, a bucket pour percentage. We talking like half, a third?
I'd say for me it was about a half.
Damn.
Because I don't know. I mean, I started the night with straight jacket, and then it just went down from there. So, that was from the sports episodes. That's all the parky crap.
I was looking for that escalated quickly.
That's on the very first one.
Well,
that escalated quickly.
It's a little late now, but
there you go. What else? I don't know what else. It was one of the better beer fests I've been to, but I was at Libertyville a couple years ago with Dallas Dan, and I was outside.
So they had live
Much
music
smaller.
going too, right?
If you want to call it that, yeah.
It
was a cover band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were people having fun?
Right. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We should definitely go next year for sure.
So you'd recommend it?
Yeah, and then I had
Was there
some podcast business cards in my pocket from the night before.
Yeah, did you hand those out?
I gave them to Gina. She's like, give it to me. And she would just randomly put them on tables and stuff as we were walking through.
Nice. So did you have not counting an obvious straitjacket revolution, did you have a lesser known or a completely unknown brewery to you that was like, oh, these guys are damn good?
Yeah, Kings and Convicts.
Kings and Convicts.
That was a surprise. They're had their IPA, and I can't remember what the one Gina had. But
Where are they based out of?
Pretty tasty. They're in Illinois. Where would you look them up? Where were they? Hillside or
Highland? Something with an H.
Yes, Hillside, Highland, or something like that. Illinois.
I'll find that.
I had heard of them before, but I'd never had anything of theirs. So, they were good.
What were you telling us? Where'd they get that name from?
It's because the two owners, one is from the UK, so Kings, and the one is from Australia, so Convicts. So they were really good. Two Brothers, of course, they were there. They had also they have Two Brothers Distillery was there as well because they do spirits, but their spirits are weird. It's all mixed, like so. It's like a pineapple vodka or like you know what I mean, like a flavored.
Who is this?
Two Brothers.
Oh, Two Brothers.
DuPage
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird. I didn't try any of theirs. Few. A distillery out of Evanston was there. Delicious stuff they have. But anyway, the one thing that we all said at the end of the night that we noticed was, and it kind of seems like now, well, duh, obviously, but you really, the big or even the middle size guys, like a Three Sheeps, or not even Three Sheeps, but
just got shocked.
I know, me too. There's a reason they're that size, and because we had everything from the very, very, very small guys to the big. And you can totally just taste the difference in quality, especially when you go back to back to back. These smaller breweries, little to no flavor, really at all. Even like I said, the one had a barrel aged beer that they're like, oh, we're tapping it at 7:30 or whatever, and so we made a big deal of it. So they tap it, and it's just there's no barrel flavor to it whatsoever. And they were a very small brewery.
What, to buy a barrel that somebody already had done
Yeah, it's
a
like
couple out of?
fifth time used barrel or something. I don't know.
And that's interesting because I always have this pessimistic maybe or cynical view that it's all these big beers using their lobbyists or their distribution channels or their whatever to keep the little guys down. But I think you're making a great point that sometimes people
Sometimes
just,
it is
you just have
it's
to have
not
really
good.
good beer to grow, especially this level of competition.
Yeah.
And maybe, and I don't know this, but maybe some of those guys were good and they've tried to get a little bit bigger. Maybe they've lost their quality trying to scale up a little bit. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it is. I mean, they always say the hard thing to do is scale those recipes up. Look, all these brewers started from home brewing, right? Where they're probably doing 5, maybe 10 gallons. And then they decide, okay, I'm going to drop the coin on actual brewery. So now they got to scale these recipes up. Sometimes they're just not scalable or they just don't do it right.
When we were talking to Grant, he said sometimes that was the hardest thing, making sure every part of the process, time after time, is consistent for this sort of, especially the things they brew year round. And then it's being diligent and not trying
to take a shortcut, not trying to
letting the monotony just lead to mistakes.
So it was interesting. I really liked doing it. Being able to, I was actually more thoughtful about it this time. Or
That's
whereas
nice
before I
change
just went
for
out,
once.
I just went and took shots and was like, yeah, get fucked up. But
Ooh, I like that mentality too.
but kind of thinking about it as I went, and at the end of the night, I'm like looking back on, yeah, you're small and shitty for a reason.
So
no matter how many brewfests you go to.
On tap right now at this at your sort of surprise new to me brew, Kings and Convicts. They have a Stews brew, Heffenweisen.
Hefeweizen, yeah.
Heffenweisen. There is the one that you told us about, King's Bitch.
King's Biatch.
IPA 6.8. There is one that's called Tough Town, which they label as an American IPA 6.8.
Nice.
This is just what's on tap now. They have a Crouchback King. That's a pale ale. They have a Pilsner, Captain Free Love, a blonde ale.
Free Love?
Captain Free Love, 4.4, so that's quite sessionable. Also a milk stout that's 4.4. But I was looking at this and I was like, I want to go here. They have a port barrel-aged nosy.
Port?
Which is, they label as a Russian Imperial at 11.5 ABV. Right. And then they have a bourbon-infused Old Nosy that's another Russian Imperial at 10.5 ABV.
What would bourbon... How's bourbon infused different from barrel aged? I wonder.
I don't know. I was going to ask you guys that. I just read stuff.
I haven't heard that before.
Yeah,
Well, I would imagine that bourbon infused would be an adjunct way of adding bourbon to the beer rather than taking the flavor of the barrel.
So the barrel.
From aging. So it's probably a quicker process to get a higher ABV and the bourbon flavor.
So they're
So it's a mixed drink, is what you're saying.
Not as good.
They're pretty close to the lake.
You say not as good as that you said?
I bet it's not as good.
Bet it's not as good. Yeah.
South of Lake Forest, just north of Highland Park, Adam. It looks like for us it's about 40 to 45-minute drive.
Oh, boy, they better be fucking good for that.
Yeah, this is like another, Crystal Lake distance all up again. Pretty much almost to the yeah. Almost exactly.
Oh, look, we are live now. Look at that.
Yeah. Pretty much almost. Yeah. Yes, we are, sir.
Very nice.
Very nice. Well,
I wonder if that port one that port one's got to be a sweet beer.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking so, but I do like Russian Imperials.
I do too, but port wine is.
And I like anything above 10 ABV. So
port wine is like super sweet though.
Oh well, port wine's isn't port what you drink after like a nice fancy dinner that is a dessert?
It's what you drink after everything.
Yeah, but it's so sweet.
Yeah, but port wine cheese is really good.
Well, yeah, port wine cheese is good.
Well, it doesn't say port wine cheese barrel aged.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. It says port wine. That would kind of be gross.
I don't know. You might be onto something right there.
That's how you never know until you try, right?
That's right.
Gotta try something once.
That's what I keep telling her.
I wonder if Carl's listening. Maybe he'll do
one beer.
We need Carl to call in.
Oh, Carl. It's going to be the best. I still have to get that clip for the soundboard because... who the fuck are you talking about? All right. Well,
How are those beers you guys are drinking? How they feeling tonight?
I like the water slide. This is the first time I've had it.
That's a good one.
Pleasantly surprised with it. There's a flavor there. I don't know what it is. It's very tasty though.
I don't remember what I checked. I've had it. I don't remember what I checked it in as though.
I thought I saw you give it a 3.25, but
I did.
I think so. It's
You're
got
correct. I did 4 times 3.25.
a little bit more fruitier than even the juicy IPA we were having. But did you see what Jake poured? I don't know. Did you show everybody?
I poured a Fresh Coast. Or no.
Oh yeah.
Next Coast.
Next Coast.
That's a Goose.
By Goose.
Oh,
yeah.
it
wasn't. Was Eric telling us about this? What made you pick this one up, Adam? Do you remember?
It was a new one. I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
No, it is not brewed in Chicago. I checked that.
Yeah.
What was funny is we were in Woodman's and we saw that. Well, now I had the camera on you.
Did I miss?
There you go. Good job. Nice job.
Hold on. Pivot.
We were in Woodman's and I saw it and I picked it up and I looked at it and of course the first thing I did was to figure out where it was brewed, and then I put it back down. And she was like, "Why'd you put it down? Let's get it." I'm like, "Well,"
No.
and I go, "Well," she goes, "It's not brewed in Chicago." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Who gives a shit?" She just grabbed it and took it. So
it's good. It's easy drinking.
no, I thought it was good too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing. It's crisp, goes down fine. It's not like a, you can see it's not. It's somewhat of a, I don't know, clear, sort of like a lager or pilsner type pale ale. I mean, it
is pretty clear. Yeah,
it's pretty easy drinking. But sometimes that's nice. Wednesday night when already a little full from dinner. I'll tell you the overboard they had at Crystal Lake where they stuffed that big cookie in there. That was number 400 for me.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah,
Nice.
cruising right along.
Nicely done.
At what point can I start? How many beers do I need to check in to be did I move up a level? Am I like
Not really.
Well,
an
I think you're
expert
up to
level?
4.
No, you need to
I'm a level 4.
you need to at least pass 1,000.
What?
I mean, we're just gonna use arbitrary levels like Untapped does.
Or like
You're
Chad,
level 4.
like Chad does.
No, mine's not arbitrary.
It really. There's no limit to your imaginary scale. It is arbitrary.
Except nothing's past a 5.7.
Right.
But
there's a
it
limit.
goes to
infinity.
5.75. Come on.
But nothing goes past a 6, but it goes to infinity. All right, let's make it up as we go.
How funny.
Looking. So next week.
I haven't checked a beer in since the 24th.
Cool story, bro. Next week, David Nilsson.
Dick.
God.
He's hardly talked the whole time when he
Fuck
does.
you guys.
Does it hurt to talk?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Because your face is hurting me.
No, I'm afraid I'm going to cough when I talk, but it doesn't hurt to talk.
How long do you think it's going to pass?
I feel like it got better today, so hopefully tomorrow, and then definitely by the weekend. Should be better.
So you feel better, but you look worse. Well, it's part of the.
That's the way it goes.
It's all downhill from here.
Nothing I can do about that.
Man, this guy.
Wow. Jeez.
Chad, you're a sexy bitch. I'm sorry.
I don't care if you like it or not.
See, don't make me laugh. I'll start coughing.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for? Shut up. I can help you.
My name is Chad.
Hey guys, Chad here.
I learned it for myself, and I love it.
Yeah, we gave Jake access to the soundboard tonight. May have been a mistake. May not happen ever again.
I will tell you guys by myself today.
Oh boy!
While I was
don't want to hear this. La 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 la.
I did practice my name is Chad a couple times.
All right, can you do it for us, or is it not?
No, it sounds awful with this.
It's okay. It's all right. We need to hear it. Let's go.
No, I can't even do it.
Come
I'll
on.
cough.
It's okay.
Is it weird that I practiced it today too?
Come on, do it, Chad. Do it.
Just one, Chad.
Just one.
Just one.
Just once. Just a tip. Well, let's give you the real one.
Can't even get I can't get past mine.
Whatever.
Shit, man.
That's all right.
Keep that mask on.
I know. That was stupid. Stupid mistake.
Stupid. All right, next week we have David Nielsen. Nielsen?
Not from the Nielsen ratings, is he?
Nope. Also not the band either. He...
You have long blonde hair.
I got that one, yeah. Umbop.
After the Rain.
Yeah. He is After the Rain. My gosh, you know that one? I just go to Umbop. You go to After the Rain.
Umbop is the Hanson brothers, not
the
Hanson brothers.
Same thing. They look the same. He is Cicerone certified. He does tasting classes, all different types of beer classes, beer, food pairing classes, stuff like that. So we're going to have him on.
Looking forward to that. I think that'll be a super interesting conversation.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. And then after that, on the 13th, I don't think we're going to have anything because Chad's gone. Hey, guys.
Yeah, I'm gone on the 13th.
But then the 20th, we are going to have Beer by the Numbers. If you guys don't know who that is, if you check out the YouTube channel, it's really cool. He did do a video, I think it was posted today. It was called The Dark Side of Craft Beer. Ooh. Very interesting. It was really good. It was really well done. But it just talks about the...
give us some highlights.
It's kind of goes into about what we can say about pretty much anything anymore on social media, where different sections of social media cannibalize themselves. But basically, he talks about how the one specific example that he gave was a Reddit forum post about Dogfish Head, and in the comment section on Reddit, the guy just said, I don't really like many Dogfish Head beers, and he kind of said why, but I agree with what they're doing. I can't remember what they're doing, but then and he got voted down like so many times on Reddit, and the comments were just blasting him, and all he really did was state his opinion. Like he wasn't saying anything bad about Dogfish Head. He said he just doesn't like Dogfish Head.
So are you saying it's like to this point where if you have anything negative to say about craft brewery, you're like toxic, and people?
It's not even negative. It's just
like you can't have a discussion.
The way he worded it in the video was basically, you don't drink the beer that I drink, so you're X. You're an idiot. You're a moron. And just like the way, then he moved on to like the whole dilly, and some of the Twitter comments around that, where people were like, oh, these, whoever's going to be drinking this corn syrup beer, they don't care about what they're drinking anyway, or they're a bunch of idiot Trump supporters, like those type of things. It was a good video. I suggest you go watch it. If I remember, I'll put it in the links. Probably won't, so don't even bother. But if you go to Beer by the Numbers on YouTube, his most recent video, The Dark Side of Beer, was today. So we will definitely want to talk to him about that when we talk to him on the 20th, which who knows if we'll remember by then. And then on the 27th, this is of March, we will have Tasty Niche on from YouTube. So that'll be interesting.
She's got a super fun channel. If you haven't watched her beer reviews, she's just an entertaining person to watch. Does a great job of morning beer reviews, something I'm familiar with. And
something that Chad does.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's so we got some good stuff, good shit coming up. If you have anybody you'd like us to embarrass on a podcast or make embarrassments of ourselves with, just let us know.
Most likely the latter.
Yeah.
Adam, did you have any success?
Probably not. Very little so far.
Reaching out to and procuring the Lucky Charms beer from anyone?
Yeah, so I do have somebody looking for it. It doesn't come out till March 2nd.
Do you know what markets? Can you remind us?
It's only Virginia,
listeners?
and it's very small.
Only Virginia.
Only in Virginia. The brewery is in Virginia. I do have a coworker who that brewery's about 4 hours away from him, but he's hoping he'll be able to get it somewhere down by him. So he's gonna see what he can do.
Yeah, it's hard for us to
epic Friday morning beer review right there.
I know.
Right? What I picture it, so like I picture Chad on his Friday morning beer review pouring it into a bowl and eating it with a spoon, and like he's got cartoons on as he's giving the beer review. Like that's just, I don't know, in my mind, that's what I picture.
I'll need 2 cans for that.
Well, I asked him if he could get 4 for us at least. So
All right, 2 for me, 1 for you, each of you.
Yeah, good try. So we'll see. Trying. Definitely trying. So. All right. Well, is that all we got for this one?
Good show for winging it, fellas.
I know. We really just
winging
it.
Oh, good stuff.
All right.
Well, hopefully we can get Greg back on here sometime soon and put on a good interview. I think we've got some great questions for him.
I think so, too.
All right.
All right, cool.
We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have. And we're always gonna hang